everyone! Introducing you to my bird Cricket. So many of you have seen in a couple of my videos that I have this bird and her name is Cricket, and she is a Goffin cockatoo. I think she is 23 years old. How old are you? I actually never planned to own a parrot. It was not ever something that I sought out. It never occurred to me. But then my freshman year of college, I worked for a woman that had a parrot rescue, and she had 23 parrots living in her garage, which is a lot of parrots, I mean to tell you. When I was working there, she also had Cricket and one other bird in the office, and these were considered like the messed up birds. They were not normal. As you can tell, Cricket wears funny things on her body because she has a problem pulling out her feathers. So Cricket's story is kind of bits and pieces I got from the woman that owned her. She was owned by a young girl, and then something happened. The girl went off to school or something. She went away, and then Cricket developed this issue of pulling out her feathers. Then 13 years later, this woman ended up with this bird because the family didn't want her anymore, couldn't deal with her or whatever. And she used to wear a plastic cone around her neck, kind of like one of those like dog surgery collars, and she hated it. She would just like rub her head against the bars, and she was not happy. So I never paid very much attention to Cricket when I worked there because I was told that that bird is aggressive, she will bite you, be very careful, she has bitten people before, she's very mean, and no one can handle her. And the other woman's like, yeah, I think we're just gonna have to have her put down, because when they took her to the vet said, oh yeah, she's messed up, we need to put her on Prozac. Prozac for birds is $80 a month. Like, that's a lot for a very small dose of medication for a parrot, and considering this woman already had 23 other birds, there's no way they could afford it. So she's like, yeah, I think we're just gonna have to have her put down. And so I actually avoided going into that room where Cricket was because I was terrified that one day I would walk in there and Cricket wouldn't be in the cage. Yeah, Cricket, yeah. And that they would have had her put down, and I just couldn't handle that. So I continued working there, and I actually agreed to adopt a little green conure from the woman. And so I had, decided I was going to adopt a bird, and everything was fine. Toward the end of the time I was working there, one day she said to me, you need to go change out Cricket's water. And so I went in there and carefully reached in and like, oh, don't bite me, don't bite me. And she stepped up on my hand, just like she is now. And I'm like standing there with this bird on my hand. I know, I know. And I walked into the other room, and I'm like, what do I do now? And they're like, oh my gosh, did she step up to you? Yeah, she did. And for whatever reason, Cricket decided that I was her human and that she liked me and that we were friends. I was heading back home, and I'd already agreed to adopt this little green conure. And so I left with him and just left Cricket there because I couldn't take home two birds. That was ridiculous. I already didn't tell my family I was bringing home one. And sometime later, I left for a couple weeks, and when I came back, this bird had decided that I was a traitor, I had left him, he wanted nothing to do with me, and he loved my father. So then Chadwick became my dad's bird. Well, after that point, I was like, I really like having a bird, and I wonder if I could still adopt Cricket. So I called the woman up, and I was like, would it still be okay if I adopted Cricket? And she was like, oh yes, come get her, she's all yours. I came and I adopted Cricket, and at the time, I didn't think that she made any, like, screaming bird noises. She can say, hi, Cricket. Oh, hi. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. That's it. That's all she says. But she also does do a horrible, awful, terrible fan belt screaming noise, which is terrifying when you're asleep. Like, I have had her for 5 years now. It still scares me to death. So when I first owned her, she did not wear clothes, and I immediately took the cone off because she hated it. And then it became quickly apparent that we had to do something. She would not only pull out all the feathers on her chest, but she would also dig into her chest until she was bleeding. And birds have very little blood, they can bleed out very easily. It was a very serious situation. And so I tried, different herbal remedies, and I tried all kinds of things, and it was not working. So then I came up with the idea, well, what if I put like a poncho on her, essentially? Then she couldn't really get to her feathers as much, like creating a cone but out of fabric so it wouldn't be as uncomfortable. So I did. I made her this little thing. Can you take that off? this little bird poncho. This is felted alpaca that I made, and that seemed to work pretty well. When she would get nervous and upset, she would chew on the fabric and not on her. Your feathers are all kinds of a mess, yeah. And then after that, to try to stop her from getting the feathers farther down on her back, I invented this whole vest situation. I haven't really talked about Cricket much before because it's kind of a sensitive issue with people that own birds that self-mutilate. Other people assume that it is the owner's fault that the bird is messed up. And in a lot of cases, that is true. In a lot of cases, that's also not true. In Cricket's case, she had this neurotic behavioral pattern for 13 years before I even owned her. And once a behavior is that well ingrained, it is incredibly difficult to stop it and teach them to not do that. And she has gotten better. There are certain situations where she will get more stressed and be more prone to trying to pull her feathers than others. But overall, she has gotten better, and she's no longer trying to dig into her chest and really hurt herself. Instead, she just chews on the edge of her clothes. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like the clothes. There, put it on you. Oh, look, sunflower hat. Oh, nope, I'm not having it. Can we try that again? What do you think? And just put it right. Oh yeah, it's the bird bonnet. Oh man, should start an entire bird fashion line, and then she's just gonna chew it. Yeah, huh baby, yeah. As you can see, her clothes are kind of frumpy, and she's also not very white. She's kind of an off dirty grayish tan color, and she really is a white bird. But part of her neurotic behavior, she doesn't know how to bathe herself. She didn't know, before I started putting clothes on her, she does not know how to take a bath in her watering bowl like most birds do. So, to make her a nice clean white bird, you actually have to give her a shower and wash her with special bird shampoo. And I'm actually going to do that and show you how that whole process is done. And then we'll make her a fresh outfit and dress the birdie and make her all pretty again. So first, for bird bath, we have to take the clothes off. Come here, hi. Boy, here we go. How'd you get it all crooked in the first place? Woo, look at that. Hi, baby. Ooh, bald bird. She's kind of molting right now. All this little flaky stuff is just the sheath coating over her new feathers. Yeah. As you can see, she's very bald on the front. Oh, don't chew on that. And a lot of that is not so much because she's still pulling at those feathers. She's actually damaged the little feather follicles because she plucked for so long. And so now feathers just don't grow there anymore, which is very sad. But can we show them your wings? Let's look at a wing. We've got wing feathers. And you can see that her legs are pretty bald too. Now she's all scrubbed down and clean. Cold bird. Oh, she says it's cold and wet. I'm done. Oh, she looks pretty nice and fluffy. Yeah, look at that. Oh, so white and fluffy. Hi, how you doing? Hi. Come here. Oh, I have this thing on backwards. There we go. Where's your head? Oh, there we go. And this goes between the legs. And then it goes around her tail. And then just threads in through these here. And this is the tricky part, is really tying this thing on, because she is the master. Come back. It's like trying to dress a toddler. And they're like, no, mommy. She is the master of knots, I swear. One of Cricket's favorite things in the whole wide world is flipping. You want to flip? Ready? We go. Whoosh. Hi. Was that fun? Oh, here we go again. Whoosh. Whoosh. Hi, baby. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about Cricket. If you would like me To answer any questions about her or about owning parrots in general, leave me all of your questions down in the comments below and I'll do kind of a Q&A follow-up video. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye!